having a little technical difficulties, but tonight we see Tacoma and the Tacoma Grizzlies take on the Albuquerque Adams. I'm Wade Phillips along with my partner Tyler Falk, and we're here to see the 2-0 Adams take on the 1-1 Grizzlies. Looks like it's going to be a battle of a high-powered offense against a kind of floundering offense and defense for Tacoma, where Albuquerque comes in with just a phenomenal offense and a defense that is coming together with some impressive victories. Tacoma won their first week victory, and on the second week they got a loss, but they're looking to rebound and get a win here tonight.
Let's try it again one more time here. Welcome to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips. Thanks, Wade, for taking over while I was, dealing with some technical issues, and great to see everybody here between Albuquerque and Tacoma. Tacoma coming off of their first win of the new campaign, and Albuquerque has 2 wins to start their return as they try to recap and take back-to-back SFLm championships. As here we go, Tacoma will kick us off to get us rolling here in week 3. Good little return. It is originally angled to the far side, then cuts back inside, and that is where Mackenzie Traeger will be stopped. And that's where Travis Blanton and company will take over for their first drive of the ball game.
And that was a great little start to the game. They get to pick up a decent little chunk to have some decent field position, and now their offense is going to start with fairly decent field position to start.
Hey, thanks again, Wade, for stepping up during those technical difficulties. As 1st and 10 will be a handoff up the middle for Douglas Brown, and what a week he had last week. 196 yards and 4 touchdowns. An incredible performance from someone who we saw very little of last year.
That's right, and now get to see him shine, and he's really showing that he's a pretty complete back, and now they really like to use him heavily.
And it looks like they'll go into a power running formation. And it'll be a play action out of the power I pass near side into coverage, is in and out of the hands of Brown. That'll fall incomplete, and quickly we're to a 3rd down.
Just a almost complete pass right there, but luckily the defender for Tacoma got there and got a hand right in the face of the running back, Douglas Brown, to make him drop that pass, and that's exactly what they need to kickstart this defense and then get their offense in a groove when they get the ball.
It'll be offset single back, 2 tight ends to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right here on 3rd and short. Handoff, Brown up the middle, and he'll pick up the first down yardage and a couple more as he'll take it to the 37-yard line. Let's go ahead and meet the Adams offense. Travis Blanton is the quarterback with Douglas Brown, as we mentioned a couple times already, at halfback, with Henry Meyer III and Nate Ritters at wideout. Paulie Truth is the tight end, and the center is Zelly Cummings. 1st and 10 from the 37 for the Adams. Blanton is back to pass here on 1st down, fires it far side. That's caught by Nate Ritters for a pickup of 6 before he's taken out of bounds right there at the 43.
And that was a great little hookup. That'll definitely build the confidence early on for Travis Blanton to, get a completion that's just a definite, tone setter to move the yards and keep on moving down the field. That's exactly what they need to keep this offense on the field.
Another passing play on 2nd down. This time Brown's able to haul it in. He'll run up the field on the near sideline. He'll pick up the 1st down right at their own 49-yard line. So a good start to this drive here for the Adams.
An absolute great start. They get the 1st down again, and that was just a great little play by the running back to get out there, get open, and Travis Blanton found him, and he picked up the 1st down and took a real gang effort by Tacoma to bring him down.
Do it all backs at it again. First reception of the ball game last week had 4 for 15. Blanton's going to take a deep drop, 7-step, except he's going to fire it out far side to Ritters, and that's going to fall incomplete. That'll give us time to introduce you to the stars of the Grizzlies defense. John Swift leads the Grizzlies in the trenches at his defensive end spot. He's the week 2 signing, so we'll have to see what he can do in a second ball game. Axel Raven and Earl Fields, the 4th, are the linebackers, with Cody Griffin at corner, and Daniel Wright, the Week 2 signing, is at free safety. Power eye again here for the M's. This time they do run. Brown makes a nice shifty move to pick up extra yardage, and a good pickup of 9 yards will set up a 3rd and short.
And that was a great job up front by the line to really set the tone and really get great push into the backfield and pick up blocks on the second level. Unfortunately, it didn't spring him for a first down, but hey, great pickup to make it 3rd and 1, so definitely manageable for a 3rd down.
So the Abs come out in the ace formation with an offset single back behind Blanton. They'll toss to Blanton to the near side. He stutters and spins his way up the field, and that's a very rare play we see in the SFL or the SFLm, a little toss play, and it works out for a 1st down.
Absolutely. Just a rarity these days, but really paid off for him right there. Got the 1st down, just enough yards to pick up that 1st, and now they are in opposing territory and really threatening.
Tacoma maybe keying in on the run. They'll stack the box with 8 men in the box as Blanton fires near side and into double coverage, and it's a great knockdown there by Jerry Burns.
Absolutely great defensive play by Jerry Burns. Just unfortunate that he threw into double coverage, but it didn't look like there might have been much else available for him. But really, in that situation, you might just toss it away. But fortunately, it was just incomplete.
So 2nd down upcoming now for these Adams. And one thing we were talking about early on during our pregame meeting there, Wade, is the ability for this team. You know, last season they were all about the pass. These first 2 weeks of the season, they've been very balanced, and it's really proven effective.
It really has.
2nd down, another handoff for Brown at the middle. He'll pick up 4 before he's wrapped up. Right there, I believe that's number 51, Brian Brand, and it's 3rd down.
And it absolutely has, back to your original point, it has absolutely paid dividends. They're able to really stay balanced, running close to a 50-50 clip passing and running, but it really just opens up the offense completely, absolutely wide open.
We'll see if they can extend the drive here with 3 wideouts. Blanton has a step up to the pocket, floats it over the middle. That one's hauled in by Henry Meyer, the 3rd, for his 1st reception, and they're already into the red zone. A solid drive forming here for Albuquerque as they look to put on points and take the early lead.
And that's really kind of a connection between that duo, Trellis Blanton and Henry Meyer the 3rd. Henry Myers the 3rd is 6'6", and he is nearly 80% on targets to receptions, and he's just an absolute phenomenon when he catches the ball. Nate Ritter's is really their possession, gets a ton of usage.
He lines up in the slot here on 1st down. Instead, they'll find Ritter's there on the far side. Nice little out route, gain of 3.
And there we go, just getting closer to that 1st down, and they're getting closer to the end zone. And now Albuquerque, if they can string this together and get hit pay dirt, they're just going to set the tone and be in the driver's seat. And Tacoma, really, if they can, do bend not break and hold them to, at least 3 points here, they are looking like they can right the ship.
Tacoma again will stack the box with 8 men in the box. Blanton is under pressure. He's going to be brought down for a sack. It's a huge loss of about 7. Taken down by John Swift for his 1st sack of his career.
Absolutely great. The Week 2 signing, 1st sack of his young career, and that's just an absolute great play by Tacoma to really be clutch on that 2nd down play to make it 3rd and 13 with the sack. And now Albuquerque has just a little bit more room to have to try to hit the pay dirt.
John Swift swiftly moves in the backfield, and it's 3rd and 13 upcoming for the Adams as Blanton's back to pass. He's under pressure again into the end zone, and it's going to fall incomplete. He tried to find Meyer, but it was fantastic coverage by Earl Fields the 4th, and it's 4th down.
Was the linebacker got in there and broke up the pass, and that was a great stand by Tacoma to really limited them to a field goal attempt, it looks like here, and now Tacoma can take a moral victory in that they really held their ground and didn't allow Albuquerque into the end zone.
That's something that Tacoma did extremely well against Season 2 runner-ups, the Birmingham Fuel, last week, holding them to 10 points, and they'll try to hold Albuquerque to 3 as we see Dane Morrow attempt his 3 points, and it's up and through from 37. He remains perfect on the season, 3 for 3, and Albuquerque take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good, at least moral victory that Albuquerque can take away. Hey, they got points on their first drive. That's really not an easy feat because you can come out kind of rusty at that first few drives, but they really put their foot on the gas and were able to at least pick up some points.
Now we'll see Morrow go ahead and kick it away. One thing we'll be looking for here in this game is the two contracted kickers in the SFLm. The only two so far are on either side of the football field, so it'll be a good little matchup to see, who blinks first, if at all, because both kickers look outstanding, and the return gets to the 25, and so now we'll see the Grizzlies offense take the field for the first time tonight.
And, I have to make a correction. Before the game, I had said that Tacoma's kind of floundering. They're not floundering. They're just kind of finding their way still on offense. Their defense is much more ahead of their offense at this point, but, still young. Tacoma's offense can definitely find their groove and make some people pay.
And Reno will hand off to Brad Jones, and he had a fantastic football game last week as he gets 6 yards on his first carry, 140 yards and 2 touchdowns himself, and he's had a pretty good start to the season.
He has. He's been a very great part of this offense. They have really been able to lean on him, averaging 5.1 yards per carry. That's, top 5 in the league, and 244 yards up to this point, and he is just a phenomenal running back in this SFL minor leagues.
Reno comes back to pass. He'll float it there for Brad Jones on the far side, and Jones will turn upfield and pick up the first down.
And that's just another thing. He can really do it all. He can receive the ball. He can carry the ball. He's really a dual threat back there, and they love to use him in a lot of different ways.
A nice little acceleration burst there from the 30-yard line just to turn upfield and get past Julius Rasmus for the first down. Just the ability of the young man to go ahead and get on his horse and get going when the time is called on. So here on first down, Albuquerque will stack the boxes. They'll hand off for Brad Jones up the middle, and Jones picks up another solid 5 yards, and they'll be set up at the 45 as we introduce you to the entire Grizzlies offensive lineup, led by Johnny Reno under center, has yet to throw a touchdown pass so far this season. With Brad Jones at halfback, Hattori Hanzo is the fullback right in front of him. Mike Savage and Shane Kaufman lead the wide receiving core with Bill Henry at tight end. And I'll have to ask the new guard, the Week 3 signing, Nathan Fury, if he's at all related to Mr. Nick Fury. And maybe we can get a little chime in for him, but welcome to Tacoma there, Nathan Fury, as Jones gets the call, picks up minimal yard before he's taken down.
So far, it's been all Brad Jones early on, and we thought they might kind of lean on him, but it's really been the Jones show so far for Tacoma. Let's see if they kind of spread it out a little bit.
There'll be 3 wideouts here on 3rd and short as Reno floats it over the middle, has his man who gets blown up as soon as he catches it. Good discipline there just to hold on by Mike Savage, and it's a first down for Tacoma.
Great concentration by Mike Savage to not only catch the ball, but absorb the just giant hit by the defensive back to really try to lay him out, but came down with it for the first down, so that's an excellent catch by Mike Savage.
8 men in the box for Albuquerque as they maybe look to key in on the run. Reno instead goes back to pass as Albuquerque send 5. Jones has it on the reception near side. He spins upfield and is taken down after a pickup of 3.
I have a feeling that Tacoma could really break one off if they continue to kind of target those little routes by the running back, and if they can find just the opportune time to really spring it when they're not expecting, he could break off for a big gain.
We already saw his little bit of his acceleration prowess early on in the drive. We'll see if he continue it again as Reno floats it far side. Savage on the reception, gets by 1 man and spins upfield for the first down, and Tacoma are starting to put together a nice solid drive as well.
They really are, and Johnny Reno really just floated that ball right over the defender, and it was just the perfect spot for Mike Savage to catch that and take it upfield and really making that right side of the offensive formation his own in this early stage.
We're flying through the first quarter as there's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds plus remaining in the first quarter. Reno floats it far side. That one's hauled in, and could pick up a 3, and they're going to hustle back to the line. Maybe they like what they see from the Albuquerque defense. Reno back to pass again, pressure coming, and that's not what they were looking for as Reno goes backward for a sack.
That was just an all-out just scramble by the quarterback to get away from Albuquerque, but he just couldn't get it.
They send 4 again. Reno unable to escape the pressure for the second time, and he's taken down again. Back-to-back sacks will knock him out of field goal range.
I believe that makes it 9 sacks on the season that Johnny Reno's been taken down this season, and that's just unfortunate. They thought that maybe the offensive line help could help, but unfortunately, it just not helping, and he's just brought down twice in a row right there.
And what looked to be a promising drive will go for naught, as we'll see Johnny Landers punt this one away to the near sideline, and that one's going to be hauled in for a fair catch right at the 11-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Albuquerque can go to the goal line set near their own goal line. And up the middle, that's Douglas Brown. And Brown will pick up the first down on the first play from scrimmage on this drive.
Really kind of gashed the middle of the defense right there. No one could really get him until the safety brought him down, but man, that's exactly what Albuquerque needs to really set the tone today. And Tacoma's defense really needs to regroup and get another stop like they had last drive where they held them to 3 points, but Tacoma really is on their heels a bit right now.
Blanton back to pass here on this first down. Deep ball near side is in and out of the hands of Marcus Brody. He had a touchdown in his arms and he dropped it.
Oh, he drops what looked to be possibly a sure touchdown and just couldn't keep the concentration. Might have looked upfield a little too early before he caught the ball and just dropped it. Just unfortunate, and he's going to be kicking himself when he goes back to the sideline.
Real quick, I want to shout out to SPVCE Mob, who's saying, I want to join. Head over to the website, and there you can create a player and get on the field for next week's Week 4 action. As Blanton fires his next pass near side. This time it's hauled in, and I believe that's Mackenzie Traeger, the return man, who hauls it in. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Adams.
Got a little action in this ball game, and now Albuquerque's sitting at 3rd and 6, and really they can do just about anything with, pretty good red zone territory, and now just see what they do.
4 wide on 3rd down. Blanton back to pass. He fires it over the middle. This time it's hauled in. Henry Meyer III, who is connected again. And Meyer was a very explosive target last week. 91 yards and crucially 2 touchdowns, as that connection has looked very promising so far this season.
That was a great pass. It looked like he threaded the needle between 3 defenders, and Henry Meyer found just the perfect soft spot in the coverage and was able to catch that for a first down. Beautiful play.
4 wide again here for Albuquerque. They'll slide Douglas Brown to the left side instead of the right side as pressure's coming. Pocket collapses, and down goes Blanton. And it's John Swift again, his 2nd sack of the ball game.
And that's 2nd sack, and that was just a classic coverage sack. Everybody was just blanketed downfield, and that gave him no options.
It's a very tight ball game as we end out the first quarter. Adams 3, Grizzlies nothing. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips. Thanks for joining us here tonight for SFLm Week 3 action. 4 wide again here for Blanton and company as he'll float this one near side. Nate Ritters hauls it in, but he's ruled out of bounds, as maybe Albuquerque want to take a second look at that.
Yeah, I think I would if I'm the coach, but hey, looked like he might have drug the toe, but Hey, it looked like that ref had a pretty good look at it, though.
So it will be ruled an incomplete pass, and the Albuquerque Adams will decline to challenge it as they'll head back out for the 4th straight play in a 4-wide set. Blanton back to pass, pocket collapsing, fires it deep down the middle to no one in particular, and the Tacoma defense stand their ground. It'll be a 4th down.
That was a great stand by the Tacoma defense, and on that play in particular, really, Trellis Blanton had to just get rid of the ball because he had Tacoma's defense right in his face, and he just had to get rid of it. It would have been awesome to complete it, but really just had to avoid the sack right there.
It'll be Ralph Bennington on to punt this one away for the Adams. And the return there by Mitchell Simpson will maybe net positive, maybe 3 or 4 yards before he's taken down at the 21. And the SFL's 3rd season of the minor league action is underway, and you can watch every Friday night live on the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL. The league is full of all the newest players who have gone from couch to field and are hoping to one day be on national TV. Want to get on the field? It's never too late. Visit www.simulationfl.net to join our Discord community, create a player, and start building your career today. As Reno will hand off to Jones, far side. He has a hole. He has a lane down the far side. He's to the 50. Shakes up a tackler at the 45, and he's taken down at the 44.
That was a great just overall play by the offense. The line got to the 2nd level, beat their man off the initial punch, and that was just great. Blocking by the receivers and tight ends, and just the foot speed by Brad Jones to pick up the just splash play and get down the field. And now Tacoma looking like they might be a threat to score right here.
And credit goes to Dante Grimm on the pursuit, able just to catch up to Jones and make that touchdown saving tackle, as the Grizzlies are now on the opposite side of the 50 and looking to maybe match or surpass that early 3-point lead held by Albuquerque. Reno, quick little sidearm action over the middle. That one's hauled in by Martin Fallworth for a 1st down, and they'll hustle back to the line.
I think they might see something they like.
Pocket collapsing almost immediately. That one's hauled in. Nice little quick pass. Damon James handles that, and it's 2nd and 2 upcoming. Back in the hurry up go the Grizzlies. Another quick drop, another quick pass over the middle. James again on the reception. 1st down from the 18-yard line. This time, deeper drop, pocket collapsing, floater is nearly intercepted, but it falls incomplete. So Bucky Bear could not haul it in, and the Grizzlies again will go back into the hurry up. Reno again, sidearm action over the middle, that's deflected down. James unable to catch that one. 3rd down. They are going back to the hurry up again here, Wade. Short under route. That's going to fall incomplete. Mike Savage unable to hold it in. Maybe they just got a little tired there, Wade.
Yeah, they might have, all those consecutive plays might have really just drained them of energy, and that time it kind of showed because really Johnny Reno couldn't get much mustard behind the ball, and just everybody was just kind of gassed, and really just, I guess they'll really settle for a field goal because now it potentially ties it up, but really, dadgum, they had their chance, but hey, they'll take the 3 points if they can get it.
So Potty will come on and attempt a 35-yarder from the right hash. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is no good! He missed it right!
Ooh, just heartbreaker. Put the worst words you can hear as a kicker. Wide right and wide left, excuse me. And that's just a heartbreaker to take it that close and then just to have to turn it right back over. But hey, it's a young game right now, and we're going to have plenty of opportunities to get back on the scoreboard.
So that might have been maybe a little bit of commentator's curse. I mentioned that who's going to blink first, and unfortunately for Tacoma, Potty just blinked a little too early, as Blanton will fire his first pass of the new drive to the far sideline. That's hauled in. Pick up a 5 for the Adams.
And that's just another great start for Albuquerque. Their first play results in about 5-yard gain, and they've done that consecutively in these past few drives that they've had, and it really has been an indicator of how their drives have gone. Unfortunately, the past few have stalled near the end zone, but really, if they can keep that up, we're going to have no problem getting points on the board.
Slot receiver in an I formation behind Blanton as they'll hand off to Douglas Brown as he'll angle to the far side. Maybe a pickup of a yard before he's taken down by Daniel Wright, the free safety.
And that was a great tackle by Daniel Wright to really limit any more yards by Albuquerque, just a 1-yard gain. And they're going to need a lot more of that this game from their defense to limit Albuquerque, to really limit the impact.
They'll flex the tight end to the left this time. They'll keep going in the I formation. Blanton, slant right over the middle. That one's hauled in by Meyer, and it'll be a first down for Albuquerque.
Keep those chains moving, and Henry Meyer III gets another catch, and he is just phenomenal in making catches. He maintains great composure and consistency to come down with the ball. He is just really near automatic.
As they'll go again here in the I formation, this time goal line set, 10 men in the box for Tacoma. Brown sneaks through the line, has blockers in front of him. He's loose to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Albuquerque!
And that time, you saw it. You saw those blockers outpacing the running back for a good bit, and then he finally just shot forward to go ahead of him. But that was great blocking by every player on the offense to get somebody and then try to find somebody at the second level. Some may get him. Others are looking for people actively, and he just took it off to the races, and no one could stop him. No one.
That's power football at its finest form. Tremendous play there, and Douglas Brown into the end zone for 6, and Dane Morrow will come onto the field to make it 7. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good from Morrow, and it's a 10-0 advantage Albuquerque.
Glass half full for Tacoma. The defense of Albuquerque may be still a little bit gassed, and maybe just that little rest that Tacoma got will give them the spring they need to put up some points right here.
And Morrow will get us rolling again as Mitchell Simpson waits at his 10 on the return, angles it near side this time, has a couple of blockers, and it's a good solid return from Simpson as he gets tackled right at the 31-yard line. And last time out, it was a pretty solid drive from Tacoma, but unfortunately for them, their kick was wide left.
Yes, and they're going to definitely look for a better result on this drive. Hopefully put 7 points instead of, 3 like they almost had last drive.
Ace formation here on first down for the Grizzlies. Handoff up the middle as Jones gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage. He's met immediately there by David Ware.
David Ware just met him right at the line and would not let him go any farther. Great job by number 41 to really stand him up and bring him down.
As it's 2nd and 10 now for the Grizzlies on their own 30. Linebackers shift to the near side of the screen. It'll be a handoff up the middle for Jones, and Jones again is met by Ware, and no gain. 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Grizzlies.
That time it was really a combo tackle by both the linebackers for Albuquerque, both of them getting their hats on the ball carrier to bring him down, and now Tacoma really has to find an answer to really get a first down here.
5 wideouts on 3rd down. Pressure coming up the middle. He can't escape it. He's taken down for a huge loss of 8 on the sack. Tim House sends the house.
That time, just no time to do anything. Just Tim House looked like untouched back there. Just free play to the quarterback, and now Johnny Reno's talking to his line, trying to get him. Come on, guys! I need some time to get some targets out there.
So we'll see Landers on the field attempt, I believe his second punt of this football game. Open for a long one. Here it goes. Turn starts at about the 36 as he'll make his way to the 42, and that is where Albuquerque will take over. The SFL's 16th championship game is Sunday, May 9th. Spend a little of your Mother's Day with us watching great football and honoring the great women in our lives as the 16th SFL championship game kicks off at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the game on Next Level Sports for the fans or the FTF Twitch channel. You won't want to miss the show-stopping end of the SFL 16th season. For information on broadcast pairings and how you can give your mom a shout-out on national TV, visit Simulationfl.net as the first play from scrimmage on the drive will be intercepted by Tacoma.
And that time, Albuquerque was really threatening with great field position off the return, and now Tacoma gets the interception, and they're threatening with great field position for themselves. And now Tacoma, if they can put a drive together, they can be right back in this ball game.
That's Daniel Wright, the Week 2 signing, picking up his first interception of his career. Congratulations, sir. And Tacoma will take over on their own 45. Four wideouts here on the first play from scrimmage of the new drive for Tacoma. Reno back to pass, fires it far side, and that's going to fall incomplete, intended for Malton Fallworth, and something we saw heavily of on their last drive. They're hurrying back to the line.
They are. They did it. They've done it most of this game so far.
Another pass. This one's hauled in. Good enough for a first down. That's hauled in by Shane Kaufman.
That's what they needed, a first down, and here they go.
Reno, deep ball over the middle. That's hauled in. Mike Savage, savagery, and it's the first passing touchdown for the Grizzlies of the season.
Mike Savage has been targeted early and often for Tacoma, and that time it paid off. He got behind the coverage, just snuck back there, used his burners, and caught the ball, maintained the catch, and took it to the house. Great play by number 11. You know he's just, hey, I can do that all day, baby. Just target me, and I will show you what I can do.
And Tacoma are chipping back into the lead as they'll bring on Potty to see if he can make up for missing the earlier field goal and see if he can tack on the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is through this time, and it's 10-7 with Albuquerque still out in front.
Now Tacoma's got a breath of life. Now they can just, and that's, just notice, that's Johnny Reno's first touchdown pass of the season.
As we are just about ready to get going, just past the halfway mark here in the second quarter, want to welcome everyone in the YouTube chat. I see Kel Gates Collections, Rusty Films, Arizona Scorpions, aka Eddie Gage, what up though? Stephen Black, Thomas Duar, among others joining us tonight. Thank you all for joining us. As the return there will get to the 24-yard line.
And now this Tacoma defense with some life in them. Can they pick up their offense and get another stop, maybe another takeaway right here? Now Albuquerque's kind of has to reevaluate and see what they can do to push ahead and maintain this lead.
We'll see if Blount can shake off the interception he threw on the last drive. They'll hand off to Brown up the middle. He had a long touchdown run last time he touched the football. This time, good solid pickup of 5, and as you can see there, he just hit the century mark on the day.
And 9 carries with 100 yards, and that's over 10 yards per carry. And most of them came on that just gigantic run we just saw. But really, Albuquerque needs to get a solid drive here after the turnover.
Same formation, 3-4 look from the Grizzlies. Out route, far side. That's hauled in by Nate Ritters for a first down.
And that was great misdirection by Trellis Blanton to really show a couple of looks back in the backfield and then picked his wide open man for a first down, and now Albuquerque keeps on driving down the field.
Now from their 37. They like this power I set. We'll see what they do here on this first down. Play action pass again. Pass to Brown on the far side. Swatted away by Jerry Burns.
Looked like a similar play we just saw, and that time the defense was kind of ready for it, and they saw something they had seen previous, and that time jumped the route. And if he comes down with it, I think he goes for 6.
So after the deflection, it's now second down. Coverage backs off. About 8-yard gap between the corners and the wideouts on the far side. Blanton back to pass, looks underneath, finds his man, but it's going to fall incomplete. Mackenzie Traeger unable to haul it in, and it's third down.
Just an unfortunate drop. If he catches that, they're so much closer to a short third down play, but unfortunately just couldn't come down with it. But now they've got a 3rd and 10, and if they can just keep this drive alive, they can take this drive down into deep into the second quarter.
Wideouts, high snap corralled by Blanton. He's going to bomb it near side. Picked up! Second interception of the day for Daniel Wright.
Just the ball hawk Daniel Wright. That's just another phenomenal play. He really just gets up, climbs the ladder, and comes down with that ball. Just great play. Really just, beautiful. Got in front of it, went up for it, brought it down, and now Tacoma has another chance to get ahead in this ball game. Hey, they could tie it, they could pull ahead. Now they've got options.
Where's that old Rick meter? I think it's starting to swing toward Tacoma as they'll come out on first down from their 31 in the A set. Handoff, Jones up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He continues to struggle up the field, but eventually taken down there by Julian Rasmus.
That time, unfortunately, Tacoma's offensive line just couldn't quite get enough push, and really Albuquerque's defense just swarmed through the gaps and made contact and brought down Brad Jones for not much doing.
Reno's done well today, already over the century mark. Touchdown, no interceptions, as Jones gets the call on second down and picks up only another yard before he's taken down by David Ware, and it's 3rd and 8.
David Ware has shown up quite a few times these past few drives, making stops, and they really need a lot more of that if they want to stop Tacoma on this drive.
Albuquerque's defense shrinks toward the ball, toward the center, as Reno quick drop, fires it over the middle, over the outstretched hands of the linebacker, and finds his man for the first down.
That time, he had time to pick out a man, found him, and pick up the first down. Shane Kaufman got his, one of his only targets of the day, and it's a clutch one because they pick up the first down and keep on going.
Last time he had a reception, they immediately passed again and found Mike Savage for a touchdown. This time they'll try and run with Jones, and Jones gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage by David Ware. We've seen that combination all game today.
Really, we have. They have just been combinating and just bringing down the ball carrier. That time just swarmed him and brought him down immediately.
So here on 2nd 11 will be a bunch set to the near side for Tacoma. Only 2 true defensive backs that way. Maybe a mismatch. Reno back to pass will fire to the far side. That's tipped up and nearly picked off. Oh, Dodd Fletcher and Ty Haas both got their hands on it, and it falls incomplete.
And that tip drill right there doesn't come down with an interception, but hey, that makes it another down where they don't get a first down, and now Albuquerque is sitting to where they can do some things on defense and maybe scheme to stop Tacoma again. And now Tacoma really has to get a gigantic first down here.
They're able to convert on 3rd down early on in the drive. We'll see if they can convert here. Just over 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Quick drop from Reno. Pressure coming. He just has to chuck it in the dirt as he was met by Frank Stackhouse. And it's 4th down.
That time Frank Stackhouse just got to him before he could do anything, and luckily got rid of the ball and didn't take a sack. But hey, that time, great defensive play by Frank Stackhouse to get in there and get a hand on Johnny Reno to where he did just a harmless throw into the dirt.
He had 2 sacks a week ago. All 300 pounds was barreling toward Reno, and Reno just able to just barely get the pass off. It's a high snap there for Landers. He reels it in and kicks it on its way. As the return man starts at the 20, and that's where Terry Saunders will be taken down at the 25.
Now Tacoma's defense needs to get another takeaway if they can. Albuquerque on the flip side needs to come up with a drive that ends in, points where they're not giving the ball away again like they've done the past 2 drives.
3 wilds in a split back formation behind Trellis Blanton as they'll hand off for Douglas Brown. He shakes away from a tackler, picks up 8 yards on the carry, and already 10 carries, over 100 yards. So it's a little over a 10 points, not yards per carry average there, Wade.
Yeah, he is just a man possessed today, just chewing up yards every time he touches the ball.
And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the Adams lead 10-7 and are driving down the field again. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Albuquerque driving down the field and have the lead. Quick drop from Blanton. He'll find his man underneath. Good route reading there from the quarterback. Just able to find his man. Notice the coverage had backed off and found a soft spot underneath.
That time looked like he found Pauly Truth. And Pauly Truth hasn't been targeted too many times this game, but he's up there near the top of the leaderboards for tight ends and yards, reception yards, and really, he's just a handful.
Third in the league amongst tight ends as Blanton fires near side. He's picked off again for the 3rd time today. Cody Griffin comes up, and that's 3 interceptions from Blanton, who coming into the game was tied with the most amongst all quarterbacks.
Oh, just a heartbreaker. That's the opposite of what they wanted to see. And now Tacoma gets that ball back, and they can definitely threaten right here where they've got near midfield possession. And now Albuquerque's defense has to stay on the field again and try to stop Tacoma.
3 straight drives, 3 straight picks. Sorry to butt in there, Wade.
Oh, good, buddy.
Reno dumps off there to Brad Jones, picks up 4.
Yeah, and now Tacoma's just going to try to run the clock down as much as they can to set up to where they, have last possession and maybe go into halftime ahead or tied. And up the middle, that's Brad Jones, who maybe picks up a couple, and they'll hustle back to the line here in the single back ace formation. 3rd and 4 upcoming. They'll hand off again for Jones, and David Ware gets to him in the backfield, and it's a quick 3 and out for the Grizzlies. Oh no, I don't know if they were trying to catch him off guard and run that 3rd down play, but unfortunately just didn't make it, and now it's 4th down, and it looks like Albuquerque's going to get the ball back and try to put some points on the board. So 3 turnovers on the day for Tacoma, and they're only able to find 7 points. Not a very good conversion ratio there, as we'll see Johnny Landers punt this one away again. As he'll just go ahead and play with the clock, milking it all the way down to about 12 seconds before they snap it off, and his punt is angled to the far sideline. Takes a Grizzlies bounce, and they'll down it at the 6-yard line. Fantastic special teams play from Tacoma. That was just about as good of a punt as you could ever wish for. To pin them inside the 5 is just a punter's dream and a special team coordinator's dream, because that makes him look just phenomenal. And now Albuquerque has to do all they can to, not get a safety, which I'm sure they'll just try to be really conservative here.
Come out on a power eye, and we'll probably see a run by Douglas Brown to end out this half. Indeed, we will. He'll head up the middle, tries to make a shake and bake move at the 10, and is taken down by Daniel Wright and Cody Griffin, who both had interceptions today. As we reach the halftime report, Griffin and Wright, we mentioned them. Wright picking up his first 2 interceptions of his career, and Griffin picking up one himself. This defense for Tacoma has kept this game close.
They have 3 takeaways. Unfortunately, the offense hasn't been able to take advantage of the takeaways, but hey, Tacoma's in this ball game and their defense came to play, and Albuquerque's just kind of been struggling to really maintain really cohesion through in their passing game. They've just kind of had some miscues and had some turnovers, but really great ball game so far by Tacoma. Both these teams really, but Tacoma is really playing like they want to win this ball game.
To me, Wade, it looked like almost a coin flip. The first quarter was dominated by Albuquerque, and the second quarter was firmly controlled by Tacoma. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's been back and forth, and really Tacoma has played more, let's just say, less risky, and Albuquerque has played with risk and it's paid off, but at the same time they've also turned it over 3 times, and had Tacoma scored a little more off those takeaways, it'd be a different ball game right now.
Exactly, and you can see the 2 big runs of the football game. One there by Jones and one there by Douglas Brown, who right now has more than double the yards of Mr. Jones. And that's one thing we were talking about early on, is these 2 running backs coming off of 2 solid performances. It looks like Douglas Brown is coming in full of confidence today.
Absolutely, he is, and he's already over the century mark in the first half, whereas Brad Jones has just not been able to find running room, really, and they've had more success in the passing game for Tacoma, but the running game for Albuquerque has been much better than their passing game so far today.
So what are the keys for both teams coming out of the locker room, Wade?
Really, both teams have to keep their quarterback up, especially Albuquerque. They've had issues really maintaining a good pocket, and same with Tacoma. They've been sacked a few times, but really both these teams have to keep their quarterbacks up so they can have a better chance to find the open targets.
As we return to Albuquerque, New Mexico, as we'll go ahead and get the second half of action underway, as Albuquerque will pick it off to Tacoma. And here we go for the second half of action, as Mitchell Simpson will start his return at the 5-yard line. He angles it to the near side, has a couple blockers, angles it now to the far side, and nearly breaks off a huge return, but he's taken down from behind by Gus Burns as a touchdown-saving tackle on special teams.
Yeah, it looked like he saw daylight and made a few moves to try to break free, but hey, they got to the 32-yard line of Tacoma, and that's pretty decent field position for Tacoma to start this drive.
So Tacoma will come out in the power I, as there's 8 men in the box for Albuquerque. They'll angle it near side for Jones. Jones again on a huge run. He's past the 50, past the 40, breaks a tackle and is down to the 34.
And there we go. We talked about it, and now he broke free for his second big gain of the day, and now Brad Jones is coming together with a nice little drive. The offensive line played great right there to spring him in the second level, and both wide receivers and tight ends got in there and threw their shoulders into a block and really sprung him for a nice gain.
And it's Dante Grimm again. Last time on the big, huge run, he was able to tackle him. This time able to slow him up for Julius Rasmus to go ahead and get the stop, as again, Tacoma are inside Albuquerque territory. Reno floats it far side. That's Mike Savage. He has a touchdown already today. Looking to add on to that, he's got 83 yards on 5 catches.
Yeah, they have targeted him early and often, and for that big gain earlier that sprung for the touchdown. I believe that was him. And now Tacoma's driving down this field, and it's looking like their second quarter form has begun to carry over to the second half so far.
Lots of momentum and lots of confidence on display now for Tacoma. Dime set from Albuquerque as they try to counter the 4-wide formation. Pass over the middle from Reno, and Reno finds his man, and they're all the way down to the 3-yard line.
He caught it and was able to break a few tackles and pick up a couple extra yards by stretching out and really just fighting for more yards after the catch, and really picked up probably 5 more yards after the initial contact after the catch. So great play by number 19.
That all slants pattern seemed to slice and dice their way through that coverage as now Tacoma look to take the lead here on 1st and goal. Handoff, Jones up the middle. He sneaks through the line and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tacoma!
And that time Tacoma's line got great push and they got Brad Jones into the end zone, and now they are in the driver's seat, and Albuquerque has to respond with a great drive to try to put points on the board, and Tacoma really continuing that second half energy into the second quarter energy, into the second half, and they are just really turning on the afterburners so far.
And Tacoma take the lead as it's potty on to attempt the extra point. Snap spot, kick is away, and it is good. And Tacoma take the lead. It's 14-10.
Yep, that's how I'm sure they drew it up in the locker room to start this second half, and just couldn't be a more picture-perfect start for Tacoma this second half.
And we'll have to see if Albuquerque can answer. Last 4 drives have resulted in 3 picks, and 1 drive that just ended because of the half. And we'll see if they can come back into this game, regain some confidence. As the return there, nice little shifty move there from the return man of Albuquerque. That there is Mackenzie Traeger as he takes it to the 30-yard line. Visit the all-new SFL League website at www.simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. First down is going to be a passing play for the Adams as they'll find Brown on the near side of a little swing route, but he maybe hauls it in right at the line of scrimmage and runs out of bounds.
Yeah, unfortunately, just maybe a little bit errant on the throw and kind of let him out of bounds where he caught it and just where it was basically no gain. So kind of a mute play, but Albuquerque has to show something different than they showed in the second quarter of this game.
So Blanton will go into the gun here on 2nd down. 4 wideouts, and Brown is sidecar right. It'll be a stop route that's caught for minimal yards there by Marcus Brody, unable to turn upfield and make anything out of it as he was swarmed there by Andy Harris.
So far, so good for Tacoma on defense, and if they can finish this drive off with a 3 and out, forcing Albuquerque to punt, that's just another great victory for this team in this game.
Route is nice sidecar left on the 4-wide formation. Out route, far side, hauled in by Traeger, and Traeger turns upfield and crosses the 50 for a first down.
That time, great job by Albuquerque to number 19 to find the soft spot in the defense, get just enough to maybe take it up the field for a first down, and that time he took it up the field and picked up extra yardage after the initial first down. So great job by Albuquerque to extend this drive.
Maybe that pump fake had a little bit to do with it, able just to freeze the defense over the middle before looking outside. Great QB IQ there from Trey. 4 wide again as Blanton fires near side this time. Finds Meyer the third, and Meyer picks up another first down for the Adams.
Looks like he might have saw something in the defense that he might have changed up at the line, and looks like it might have paid off for Albuquerque that they picked up that first down, and great read by Trellis Blanton to switch it up at the line.
Almost stack the box here on first down. It'll be another passing play as Blanton's unable to escape the pressure. Ulysses McCarthy gets in the backfield and takes Blanton down for a 7-yard sack.
Just a phenomenal sack. Really, it actually kind of looked like Blanton might have just gone right into him, and 69 just couldn't seal that edge and stop the defensive end from getting penetration. And right there, just a great stand by Tacoma to get that sack on a first down. And now Albuquerque's looking at 2nd and 17, and they really have to find something that'll get big yards right here.
One thing that Tacoma has done extremely well, not just this game, but last time out against Birmingham, was just keeping games close and relying on their defense. It's paying dividends so far. Pressure again. McCarthy again. Sacked on the 2nd straight play, and he goes even further back.
Wow, great, absolutely fantastic stand by the defense right here of Tacoma. That was just a great, looked like coverage sack because he had time to kind of survey the field, but unfortunately that defense just closed in and got him down.
3rd and a country mile. 3rd and 26. Albuquerque pass over the middle. That's hauled in by Meyer for a nice pickup of 21, but even with that huge 20-yard plus play, he's still 5 yards short.
And that was a Delaware-sized chunk of yardage, but still didn't pick up the first down, and now they're in a decent little spot to be able to do something, and it looks like they are going to trot out the field goal kicker.
So we saw Potty miss from a similar distance about this side of the field as well. We'll see if Dane Morrow can capitalize and bring his team within one. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Snap, spot, kick is through the uprights, and it's a long field goal, and it's good for the Adams.
So that's definitely a moral victory for Albuquerque. Hey, put points up on the board. Now they're only down by 1, and so Tacoma really has to respond with just points on the board to put themselves up even more.
Only a 1-point ball game now as Albuquerque were able to convert on the field goal, and here we go again. Morrow kicks it away to Mitchell Simpson on the return. He almost had a big one last time out. This time gets stopped right at the 24-yard line as Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. Handoff. Jones near side as he bounces it back inside this time. Picks up 5 as he had a little bit more room to run on the outside.
Absolutely. You said it. He had an opportunity to bounce it to near the sideline, maybe had room to pick up a good 15 yards more, but cut it inside and ran right into an Albuquerque defender. So kind of a questionable mistake by him, but he'll keep working at it.
Strong eye. It'll be the first touch of the game for Hattori Hanzo, and he'll pick up 2 on the fullback dive.
That's his 2nd carry of the season, but love to see a fullback get involved because that is just an old school position that doesn't get its due these days.
They'll trot out 3 wide. Handoff. Jones up the middle. Has to stutter step, and he's leveled before he can get to the line to gain. It's a first down saving tackle by Terry Saunders.
And Terry Saunders really played a great run coverage right there. Took a great, really angle towards the ball carrier and brought him down. Great tackling to maintain, wrap up, and bring him down to the turf.
As it's now 4th and 2. Now for Albuquerque's special teams, they look to make a solid return and maybe continue that momentum they had after kicking the field goal, as Terry Saunders will haul it in on the fair catch, and that is where Trellis Blanton and company will take over.
Albuquerque, can they repeat the success of their prior drive and put up points is a task to be seen, but really they're trending in the right direction in this kind of trending.
Maybe a cover one look here for Tacoma as they stack the box, indeed get to Douglas Brown before he can make anything happen. And we can see that average start ticking down a little bit, as so far here in this second half, he hasn't been able to do too much.
Right. They've definitely been able to limit him to this second half. It really just hasn't been able to get much going.
We'll see if that changes as they go back to the power I. 2nd and 9. Handoff. Douglas Brown again. Brown maybe picking up a yard before Earl Fields the fourth will wrap him up.
That was another tackle by Earl Fields the fourth, and that was his second in a row, and he's really played a great ball game to limit as much as he can any positive momentum by Albuquerque.
After 2 running plays, we'll more than likely see a passing play now with 4 wide. Blanton back to pass, steps up in the pocket and fires on the comeback route, and the comeback route goes nowhere as Traeger's momentum takes him right back to the line of scrimmage, and Albuquerque will have to punt this one away.
And that's a great stand by Tacoma again in this ball game by the defense to really limit Albuquerque to nothing, and now they get the ball back, and really can their offense make Albuquerque's defense pay for letting the offense get back on there. So we'll see.
So Bennington will punt this one away. Nice high spiraling kick as Simpson will get the return start from the 22. He makes one man miss, but has to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting. 5 wide to start the drive for Tacoma as the out route near side is hauled in for a pickup of 2 by Shane Kaufman.
And that's a great little play by Albuquerque's defense to really limit the wide receiver to no gains after the catch. And they really need that to, limit Tacoma from picking up any significant yards on this drive.
Maybe they see something with going back to the gun. This time, they'll have Brad Jones sidecar left. Hit as he throws is Reno, and he tries to find his man as Kaufman tried to haul it in, but his toes must have been on that out-of-bounds line, incomplete.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate. It looked like he had some nice little separation from the defensive back, but unfortunately just couldn't quite get that toe down.
As this time, they'll try out 4 wide receivers again, but this time Reno will go under center. Dime look from Albuquerque to counter. Reno takes a quick 2-step drop, tries to find his man on the out route. It's knocked away, incomplete, as it's Tabucky Bear who will mark a quick 3 and out.
It looked like Bear was kind of expecting that play, and he jumped it, got a hand on it, just couldn't come down with it. But hey, that makes it closer to a possession for Albuquerque, so they'll take it. And now Tacoma has to lick their wounds and try to get a stop on defense.
That's only a 1-point separation between the two teams as we are getting closer and closer to the end of the third quarter, as Johnny Landers will stand at about his 15 and try and punt it away again. Saunders waits at about his 36-yard line. He fumbled the football. Ball's still loose, and it's fallen by Tacoma. They'll take over, and they'll continue the drive.
And that's been the story of this ball game for Albuquerque is just the turnovers. That's their fourth of this ball game. And now Tacoma, the opportunistic special teams unit, gets the forced fumble recovery. And now Tacoma's offense has their ball in Albuquerque territory. So they are driving and are in dangerous territory.
Just outside of field goal range, but they want 6, not 3. Offset eye behind Reno as he's back to pass. Finds his man on the out route. That's Shane Kaufman who picks up 3.
That's a, kind of a weird looking play, but hey, that's a completion, gets his kind of target set so he can maintain accuracy. And hey, that's just another notch that they can keep driving down this field. And really, Tacoma has been the story of the second quarter on and really just came to play.
So now on 2nd and 7, 3 wideouts, and Brad Jones will be offset to the right behind Johnny Reno. Quick drop from Reno, out route far side. That's Mike Savage on the reception. He spins upfield and picks up the first down.
And that's just another first down. They needed that desperately. And Mike Savage got another target, another catch, and another first down. He has been all over the field today, just making first downs and touchdowns. Just a great play, great day for him.
Linebacker shift to the left, expecting something going that direction. Jones heads up right through the middle of the offensive line, will pick up solid yardage, 7 yards on the carry, and it's 2nd and 3.
And now his yard average is kind of trending up in the second half. That first half had a big play in the second quarter, but really had been held kind of otherwise. But now he's really starting to see daylight and picking up some huge gains.
It was really held in check. You're right there, Wade. As now we'll see an offset single back in the direction of the tight ends. Reno has to get rid of the ball quickly. He does to Mike Savage, as Savage, maybe a little bit too wide on the turn upfield, will run out of bounds, but it's 1st and goal nonetheless.
He had hands in his face, Johnny Reno did, and got it out just in time. Unfortunately, Mike Savage couldn't turn upfield quite enough to pick up extra yards, but hey, got the first down again, and now they are on the Albuquerque 8, and they're just looking at that end zone, just seething, waiting to pounce and get in there.
1st and goal from the 8. Handoff. Jones up the middle. Shrugging off defenders and will get half the yardage needed. Picks up 4.
And now they really have their entire playbook, nearly their entire playbook to choose from to try to get in the end zone. It's a little tougher when you're this close, surprisingly, because, you've got that back of the end zone as an extra defender. So really kind of a tough spot, but they want to do it.
Reno back to pass on 2nd down. Floats over to the middle into quadruple coverage. And almost unsurprisingly, that falls incomplete.
Yep, just unfortunate. Almost had it, but just couldn't quite maintain the catch. But there were a lot of Albuquerque defenders near the vicinity of that pass. So it's not surprising that he didn't come down with it. But really, they need to come up with a winning strategy right here on this play.
Bump coverage on the near side of the field, going man on man to the corners. Quick drop from Reno. Floater to the far side. It's tipped up into the air and incomplete. Fantastic coverage there from Joseph Chapman. And it looks like Tacoma will settle for the field goal.
It really was a great defensive play by Chapman. It was a 50-50 ball, and that time the defender got a hand on it before Savage could even get to it. And that was just a great stand by Albuquerque to hold this Tacoma offense to looks like a field goal try, and now that was a definite win to give the offense the ball in their own in Albuquerque territory and make this stand. Great job.
Potty has missed 1 field goal. Can he redeem himself with a 20-yard chip shot from near the right hash? Snap spot, kick is up, and this time it's good as Tacoma extend the lead. It's 17-13.
And now Albuquerque down 4. A field goal doesn't tie it, but hey, they can at least chip away if they do get a field goal. But they definitely need sure hands on this return and not another disaster like they had on the last return.
as Potty will send it on its way. Saunders on the return, tried to angle it far side, but he is met almost immediately right there at the 27. And so we'll see if the offense of Albuquerque can make something happen. We'll probably see one play before the end of the quarter.
Yep, and they've really, it's been a great ball game, back and forth affair, and really it's going to be a fantastic fourth quarter coming up.
Power eye set to begin the drive for the Adams. Handoff. Douglas Brown up the middle. Tries to shake off a tackler, but fantastic strength on display there from Brian Brand. And that'll take us to the end of the quarter. Get your 4s and 86s up in chat. Grizzlies lead 17-13. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Welcome back into Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips on for a great climax to this football game as Douglas Brown gets the call on second down, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage by Ulysses McCarthy, who's had 2 sacks today.
Yes, he has. He's been a standout defender so far. And that time, instead of the sack, he got the tackle and stopped Brown from getting any damage on the ground. So great play by the defensive lineman.
Split back formation. Blanton has to throw again. He fires and it's incomplete. Brody unable to haul it in coverage, and it's 4th down for the Adams.
And that was another great play by the Tacoma defense. The defensive back got his hand on it right there and stopped the play from getting any impact on the day. And now 4th and 7, Tacoma is looking like it's going to get the ball back.
And maybe a chance to extend the lead. We'll see how far Bennington can send it. As Mitchell Simpson waits at about 37, and he's met immediately, and that's where they'll go ahead and mark him down, as we'll see Johnny Reno and company take to the field once more.
Tacoma's had pretty good field position, this whole second half, really, and have only been able to really get anything going once, it seems. And now, if they can really get a touchdown, they are going to be totally in the driver's seat, I believe.
Delayed handoff for Brad Jones. Up the middle, he'll pick up 6. Good play design. Gets them rolling here on this drive.
Absolutely fantastic play design. The offensive line got good push. Got enough, got 6. So that's a good start to a drive. And now Tacoma can really go to their well of plays and try to come up with a winning design for a drive.
Ace formation for the Grizzlies. They'll hand off up the middle, and met in the backfield is Brad Jones. He's met there by a host of Adams. Ahmed leading the charge.
It was just a absolute gaggle of Adams around the ball carry and brought him down for, nothing on the gain. So great stand so far by Albuquerque.
Reno back to pass here on 3rd down. Steps up in the pocket collapsing. And that one is in and out of the hands of the receiver. Great coverage from Don Fletcher. And the teams will trade 3 and outs to begin the 4th quarter.
Fletcher had a great job breaking up that pass. He got his hand in there right at the perfect time and just got a hat on him and force that incompletion. Great play by the cornerback to break up that pass. That's exactly what you want to see as a coach.
As the Grizzlies will indeed have to punt it away in their own territory. They do have a 4-point advantage, and they'll lean on their defense, who, as of late, have played phenomenally. After a week 1 destruction to Memphis, they have kept so far, Birmingham and Albuquerque to a combined 23 points compared to when they played Memphis, giving up 43. So this defense is much improved from week one.
Absolutely. They've had a progression plan and they've stuck to it, and it's really paid off. And they've turned around this defense, and they've just been a real threat at every facet of defensive play.
And we'll see what the Adams can do. Have struggled as of late to get anything going. As Blanton back to pass on first down. Floats it near side. Tried to find the tight end, Rand Cullen. But it's in and out of his hands as he was hit as he tried to haul it in.
Yeah, it looked like Axel Raven got a big hit on the play and broke up that pass. We haven't really called his name much, but he really plays a big impact in the passing game and just flies around making tackles. And that time got a great jar on the receiver and broke up the pass.
See what they can come up with here on second down. Deep drop from Blanton, maybe trying to go deep down the field. He's going to be wrapped up for a sack. And the Grizzlies strike again. John Swift with his third sack of the football game.
John Swift has just been playing lights out today. He was a week 2 signing and has made an immediate impact in this ball game, and really is just showing that he's a man amongst boys on that defensive line.
4 wide here on 3rd and 12. Blanton back to Pats. The deep bomb over the middle. Halton. Nate Ritter's all alone. He is gone. It's going to be an 82-yard passing touchdown for the Adams. And they retake the lead.
And he is just a big play waiting to happen. And he showed it right there. Got way behind the defense and then took that ball all the way home. And now Albuquerque out in front, and Tacoma has to come up with a strike on offense. But great play by Albuquerque. Great throw by Trellis Blanton. Great catch. And now Albuquerque firmly establishing themselves in this second half to say, hey, we're not out of this fight. Just keep slugging away. And this ball game is firmly in their sights.
Now we'll see if Morrow can put them up by a field goal with this extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is through, and the Adams retake the lead. It's 20-17. And keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcasts each week with the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thanks for your support and your viewership. As Morrow will send this one on its way to Simpson, who looked maybe to be a little turned around as he was hauling it in. He'll angle his return to the near side and will get to the 30-yard line before he's brought down.
Pretty solid blocking by the special teams unit right there to get him to at least the 30-yard line. It looked like a couple of those special teams defenders might squeak through there and bring him down, but hey, heads up play to at least make it to the 30-yard line.
And so here comes Johnny Reno and company. They've had a pretty solid day so far, mistake-free in this football game. As they'll hand off to Jones on the far side. He sneaks through a little bit of a hole and will pick up 9.5 yards before he's taken down by Rasmus.
And that time it looked like Nathan Fury got ahead of him and was trying to find a block to spring, but looked like Brad Jones might have just been a little too late to get around him, but the defense did a great job to stop him before he got to the first down.
And that's good awareness from the week 3 signing, the guard, Nick Fury, as, again, just trying to help out his team on his debut. As Jones gets the call up the middle, and it just has to barely cross the line of scrimmage before he does pick up the first down.
And that time they went right behind Nathan Fury again and picked up the first down, so heads up play to follow his man and pick up the first down.
So a fresh set of downs here for the Grizzlies from their own 41. 4-3 look from the Adams. as Reno's back to pass. Comeback route, and that one just out of the reach of Mike Savage. And I think from both teams, when they try and run these comeback routes, they might be trying to overcompensate on the return when the receiver does make that turnaround. They're just coming back a little bit too far.
Yeah. There's definitely a time and place for that move, but hey, if you've got a nice little shell in the coverage, stay back there and come back when you need to. But hey, that time just a little too much.
So here on second down, they'll hand off to Mr. Brad Jones, and Jones is met right at the line of scrimmage by who else? David Ware. He has a load of tackles, and mainly it's on those running plays where he can get to Brad Jones.
Yeah, no, he does. He just snuffs out those run plays and really is a heat-seeking missile back there just to track down the ball carriers and take great, angles to the ball.
5 wide, all slants pattern. That one's going to be knocked away. Incomplete. Terry Saunders on the deflection, and the Albuquerque defense holds.
They did. They held again, and now they are firmly establishing themselves in this second half to really take the lead and really hang on to it. So far, they got the Tacoma to have to punt here, and now Albuquerque gets another crack at getting another score.
So Johnny Landers again will take to the field to punt this one away, and he'll try and pin Albuquerque deep in their own territory as Saunders gets the return started from about the 21, angles to the far side and taken down at the 23-yard line. And so this Adams offense able to tack on 7 and retake the lead. What do they need to do to maintain the lead? They've had trouble with the interception bug early on this football game there, Wade, but have been pretty stout here in the second half.
Yeah, if they can maybe run out this clock as much as they can and don't leave Tacoma with really any time to operate, I think they'll have a way better shot of securing a victory.
Douglas Brown gets the call on first down and is only able to pick up a yard before Brian Brand is able to wrap him up for that 1-yard gain.
And they're doing it. They're running this clock, and as long as they can keep picking up first downs, obviously that's going to be a lot better than 3 and out, because then Tacoma's got all the time in the world. But if they can keep picking up positive yards, they'll be in good shape.
Passing play, that's going to be deflected, and Cody Griffin was looking for his second interception of the football game, just able to knock it away this time.
Great defense by Tacoma, and Cody Griffin really jumped that route and got a hand on it, and that's exactly what you teach. Hey, get a hand on it. You don't have to always come down with a pick, but if you can get a hand on it, that's just another down that they can't score.
Want some insight into some play calling knowledge? Eddie Gage, aka Arizona Scorpions, is going ahead and calling out every single play in chat. So kudos to Eddie Gage, the Hall of Famer, always keeping us on our toes, as the third down pass is going to fall incomplete and try to get Marcus Brody in the action, but it's Brandon Orwell with the deflection. So it'll be 3 and out for the Adams, and Tacoma will get the ball back.
That's exactly what Tacoma needed and wanted right there. And now they've got another crack at possibly putting points on the board, and that's exactly what they need.
As now we'll see Ralph Bennington on a punt away with just over 6 minutes to go here in regulation. It'll be called for a fair catch there by Mitchell Simpson right at the 45-yard line. And last time out for the Grizzlies offense, Wade, they went out on 3 plays. Need to put something productive if they want to tie or take the lead.
They absolutely do. They need to change up what they did last drive and really switch it up and try to get something that's successful and get pay dirt right here, because they are slowly running out of options and time.
We'll see if they go to Jones. Only had 54 yards at the end of the first half. Now is over the century mark. Has a nice little hole and will pick up the first down, as again, just the change. The second half adjustments these Grizzlies made on the ground game have really paid dividends for Brad Jones.
Really and truly looked like their offensive coordinator might have spent extra time in that halftime locker room just picking out where they can attack this defense, and they really are doing it in spades. And now it's really coming back to bite Albuquerque, not getting enough pressure on the runs, but really Tacoma's line and blockers have been just playing fantastic in the second half.
Trips left for Tacoma, and indeed, Reno will fire that way. Finds Kaufman, who gets turned around and blasted by Don Fletcher after picking up 8 yards.
And that's just a great play, 8 yards, and now they're have a way bigger variety of plays on a 2nd and 2, and now they can really pull any play that they can think of.
Out, and they'll hand off to Jones up the middle. Has plenty of time and space to make something happen, and indeed will pick up solid yards and the first down for the Grizzlies.
You know, the most important thing right now that Tacoma can do, I believe, just to kind of run down this clock, is maybe stay in bounds. That way, if they can just keep this drive going as long as humanly possible, and then that leaves Albuquerque, if Tacoma scores, that leaves Albuquerque with no time to really do anything. And that's what they need, because Albuquerque can make big plays in a hurry.
Oh, a little sidearm action there for Reno. Was a dangerous pass. Joseph Chapman knocks it away. As that's something you can't do. You've been really good, Johnny Reno, about completing your passes and not making, really hasn't been intercepted so far in this football game, but can't make those silly passes.
Yeah, he's definitely been on his game today, finding the open man, reading the coverage, and finding the open receiver, and that time just kind of picked the wrong one.
They go to the ground game, and this time Jones is unable to find a hole, as that was plugged up the middle by Yakov Zolotov.
There we call his name, and really, David Ware and Yakov Zolotov combined for a lot of tackles, and they are just flying around this field, and made another one right there. And now Tacoma, big third down, as big a third down as they've had all game.
Reno is all alone in the gun with Trips to his left. He's back to pass, pressure coming immediately, and he's just able to get it away before he is hit in the gut by Ahmed, and it's 4th down and maybe just inside Potty's range, but he did miss one earlier from a similar distance.
He did, and now they have been giving him encouragement on the sidelines. Hey, bud, you're good. You've got this. You can get this. And now he's got to put it all together.
This is to tie the football game from 49 yards out from the left hash. Can he redeem himself? Snap, spot, it's on its way, and it is through the uprights, and we are tied.
Ball game, whole new ball game, brand new ball game, and now Albuquerque gets the first crack at getting a score in this brand new ball game. So let's see if they can put together a winning drive. It all starts on special teams on this return, getting great field position to maybe start this drive off on the right foot.
So Potty will send it on to Terry Saunders as we wipe the slate, 20 apiece. As it's just under 4 minutes to go, Saunders gets his return started about his own goal line, runs into the coverage, and is taken down at the 24-yard line. Tomorrow, the semifinals are on Next Level Sports and on For the Fans Twitch channel. Coverage starts at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. First, the defending champion Baltimore Vultures will face the 3-time champion Florida Storm. On the other side of the bracket, Vancouver meets top-seeded Denver at 6:45 Eastern. The SFL on Next Level Sports. We put the fan in fantasy as down goes Blanton again, and he's taken down by John Swift for a 4th time.
4th time sacking today. Wow, just a phenomenal game by him today.
Out route this time is hauled in by Mike Ritters, and it's 3rd and 6 upcoming.
And now Albuquerque absolutely has to get this first down. And if they don't, their defense has to play huge and get a 3 and out. But really, Albuquerque can really do anything right here except run.
Who wants it more? In fact, they will more than likely not run with an empty backfield and 4 wide. Can Tacoma's defense hold? Deep drop from Blanton, fires near side as Ritters is all alone and hauls it out on the sideline for a first down.
There, found his open man, got the catch, stepped out of bounds, stopped this clock, and now Albuquerque is got that first down near the midfield line, and now they can just try to run out this clock a little bit and potentially set themselves up for a game-winning field goal.
And look at that, courtesy of Andrew Rastelli, the SFL Deputy Commissioner. John Swift sets the record for most sacks in a single game by an SFLmer. Congratulations. Blanton fires over the middle to a sliding receiver. This is football, not baseball, but Marcus Brody hauls it in.
Great catch by Marcus Brody to slide down there, bring it in, keep it off the turf, and get that first down. And now Albuquerque has another chance to put points on the board.
Power eye set from the Tacoma 41. And Douglas Brown up the middle, spins away from one tackler, and it's taken out at the 36 with under 3 minutes to go in regulation.
And now they're getting even closer to being in field goal territory for Dane Morrow, and that's definitely something they can keep in the back of their minds. They just need to pick up a few more yards, maybe 10 more yards to be firmly in his range, but hey, they're getting close to picking up enough yards to be right square in his sights.
Power eye, goal line set. Brown up the gut, will pick up the first down to the 30-yard line, as that should take us to the 2-minute warning. 2020. Anything goes and anything can happen here in the SFL Minor League. We'll be right back. Got an exciting conclusion to this football game 2020. Albuquerque driving. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Wade Phillips, and Cameron Irvine is our producer this evening. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight as Blanton's pass is a floater and finds Meyer the third, and in there deep into the red zone down to the 6-yard line.
And that time the gigantic target, 6'6", right there, Henry Meyer the third, went up and plucked it out. And now they are firmly within sights of this end zone. And I believe they've just got to kind of try to run out this clock. That way they don't leave Tacoma with any room for any kind of drive.
We'll see if Tacoma's defense can hold. They've been spectacular today, forcing 4 turnovers, 1 on special teams and 3 picks. We'll see if they can stop the Adams here as Brown gets the call. He'll pick up 3 before being leveled by Daniel Wright, and Tacoma will call a timeout.
Now that'll give Tacoma time to really prepare for this offensive play, and really gives Albuquerque a chance to kind of scheme and come up with an idea to maybe put themselves in the best possible position.
Goal line set on defense for Tacoma to counter the power eye. Play action. Brown is on the reception. He turns upfield, but he's knocked out of bounds at the goal line. And it's a touchdown saving tackle from Earl Fields the 4th, and it stops the clock.
Ooh, absolutely great play by the Tacoma defense. Earl Fields the 4th in particular. Oh, and now they're going to review this play.
Since it's a potential scoring play, the booth has the only authority to challenge it. Let's take a look. Wait, I gotta tell you, I didn't see too much from that angle. We'll see what our 62 has to say.
The player did not cross the plane. The play results in a touchdown.
Ooh.
So, in case the jargon confused you, I believe they rule that as a touchdown for Albuquerque.
Wow, great. Just strength to get in there and get that squeak in there for a touchdown. And now the flip side of that, Tacoma now has a near minute and 50 seconds to try to put points on the board. Got to be a touchdown, though, because a field goal doesn't do anything for you. And really, now is Albuquerque's defense's time to step up and stop Tacoma's offense. And really, it's going to be an exciting drive right now.
2-minute drill drives are always the best, and we'll have to see if Johnny Reno can march his team down the field on a spectacular drive. But first, they'll have to return the kickoff. As Simpson gets his return started from the 10. He'll get through a couple of his own blockers, but taken down at the 28. So on comes Johnny Reno and company. They need a drive from him in the worst way.
They do. This is the biggest time of this season for them, and they need just a winning drive right here. And that all starts just at every phase of the offense, from line to receivers to running backs and quarterback, everybody.
So to start the drive, 72 yards to go. It'll be a bunch set on the far side. They'll float it underneath, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended target. Wide receiver Mitchell Simpson drops it.
Just unfortunate. He's kicking himself because he dropped that pass. He tried to catch it, tried to turn upfield a little too quick and didn't secure the catch. And now they are in definite need of a first down and keep driving down this field.
Far formation on the field. 3 wideouts. 2nd and 10. There'll be a handoff up the middle for Brad Jones, and Jones will get about 2, and that will have Tacoma call their 3rd and final timeout.
Yep, time is slowly slipping away from them, and they have to get yards. They have to get first downs and just keep driving because they don't have the timeouts to help them out now.
3rd and 8 now for Tacoma. Bunch set near side, all slants pattern over the middle into David Ware's hands. And he knocks it away. 4th down and ball game upcoming.
That time, David Ware got a hand on it. He was in the perfect position, read that kind of read from Johnny Reno and read his eyes and jumped it. Unfortunately, couldn't bring it down for the dagger, but hey, get another chance at a stop, and now Tacoma has to get this, otherwise it is ball game.
Same formation on the field for Tacoma. Can they get to the 38-yard line to convert? All slants again. Pass over the middle. In and out of the hands. Incomplete. Albuquerque is going to continue their winning streak and move on to 3-0 to start the season.
Yep, the sole 3-0 team looks like in this league so far in this early season. And now it was a hard-fought victory by Albuquerque, but hey, we can't discredit Tacoma for having a fantastic game plan and just playing a fantastic ball game. Credit to Albuquerque, though, for getting the push they needed to pull ahead and get this victory.
And even though Tacoma significantly won the turnover battle, 4 turnovers, Albuquerque just take the win. It's their grit and determination that eventually led them to taking this one, Wade.
It was. They kept plugging away and kept doing things that they saw were kind of working, and then they found mismatches, and they just found soft spots in the coverage and run defense, and were just able to just get big splash plays. I mean, that was the biggest thing. Really, Tacoma won a lot of the categories that you look at that usually concludes a team to win, but that time Albuquerque just had a little too much luck on their side.
As we'll see another deal down there from Trey, and we'll see one more before we go ahead and wrap this one up and make it official. But Tacoma's defense, it has to be said, they were phenomenal all day today, just unable to make that crucial goal line stand, and maybe a little bit of a controversial call from R62 right there at the end. But it has to be said, John Swift sets the record for most sacks in a SFL game, and three picks, 2 by Daniel Wright on his second game ever in the league, and Cody Griffin picks up his second of the season. And this defense is going to go places. Just unfortunate they were unable against the defending champion Albuquerque Adams, who officially take a 27-20 lead.
Absolutely, and that was just really back and forth all game. Really, it was kind of half and half, both first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Both teams won a quarter. Both teams won 2 quarters. Unfortunately, Albuquerque won in the most decisive quarter, and that's the fourth quarter. And they just got too many points, and Tacoma just couldn't handle it. And their defense, they can absolutely take away that Tacoma's defense is playing solid. Their offense is coming together, and they will have better days. Absolutely will have better days. Albuquerque can definitely take many positives from this game, and they can take a lot of scouting and get even better progressions and just a more complete game.
And like you said, it almost bookends. First and fourth quarter victories for Albuquerque were enough to steal it away. And I believe, if memory serves me right, they outscored the Grizzlies 14-3 in the second half. So definitely a lot of positives to take from this football game for Albuquerque, able to keep their head on straight and keep focus and pull out this victory. And Meyer the third, Nate Ritters having clutch catches when it mattered the most. Nate Ritters on the long 82-yard touchdown scamper. This team is dangerous.
They absolutely are. And they can hurt you in any way possible, whether it's defense, offense, rushing, receiving. And on the flip side, Tacoma, Johnny Reno absolutely played the best game of his season. He didn't have a pick, and he was doing things that made him look phenomenal.
Douglas Brown is the player of the game today. 135 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground, and 1 touchdown in the air, including that crucial game-winning touchdown. And so, for Wade Phillips and Cameron Irvine, I've been Tyler Falk. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We got more SFL action coming up in just a little bit. But until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.